Hello VC, hello everyone. Yes, this is part 3 of my history of music, searching on from the year 2012 to the end of 2013. So really, 2012, that year is a bit blank. Both these years are a bit blank, but I'm going to try and figure out what happened. So of course, I believe throughout the beginning of the year, the news did come that Cobb Records in Bangor was closing out. My dad had read it in the local newspaper and I was like, oh no! So that was a shame. I believe it was due to iTunes taking over the music listening industry, well, the popular way to listen to music, and it was like, it's a bit shame, It was sad, it was a bit of a shame, and yeah, but it was a little shop, and it was in a pretty bad corner. Well, then, at the time, it was in a bit of a bad little place, really. You had to go down, and it was a shame it was gone. The last time I went there was in November, December 2011. I purchased the Pet Shop Boys album release. So yeah, gutted. I was gutted it was closing down. So yeah, that is that. Yeah, we're on the year 2012 then. But another thing I remember from that year, I do remember buying from Poundland Pet Shop Boys Introspective, and that's always a classic Pet Shop. What's another classic Pet Shop Boys album that I had in my collection? And that was actually the last Pet Shop Boys CD I ever bought for quite a long time. And I do always remember going into HMV and asking for Pet Shop Boys CDs later in the time, but never really bought any because I knew they had some stuff out. They had Elysium. I remember when that came out. In 2012, so yeah, just remember it being out, that's all. But yeah, it was a bit of a dull year. Yeah, I was really I think throughout that time, and towards especially the fall of 2012, I was heavily into films. I'd really become the fanboy by that point, and remain so. I really was getting into films and very much seeking out different films, watching older films, really getting these stuff in my into my life, because I was really heavily, inspired to go out and get certain things from, of course, watching loads of old reviews on YouTube and finding out this little underground thing that kind of spurred on with cult films and all that. So really, I was into films. However, I still really liked the Pet Shop Boys. I was still a fan of them. I do remember for the school talent show, because I just entered high school September 2012, and I sang one of their the B-side to What I Didn't Deserve This, which was A New Life. Still a classic Pet Shop Boys B-side. It was on my list of top 10 Pet Shop Boys B-sides. I do remember performing that, and I actually won performing that one. So yeah, that's quite cool. I always remember that. I still got the trophy there somewhere. But yeah, not much music-wise, Then in 2013, what I remember, I think probably the first music memory I can definitely put to my mind that happened that year was seeing on the news David Bowie. I mean, there was this big media frenzy on David Bowie in late January that year, because he was about to because he'd released, well, from later hearing, quite later, very later, that he'd released his first song in 10 years, first piece of music in 10 years, and he was releasing his first album in 10 years, and that happened to later be an album that I'll mention in a minute. So around this time, Bowie's album was coming out. There was this bit of a frenzy. I remember catching a glimpse of a BBC documentary my dad was watching. I remember him actually calling me down when the Top of the Pops' Hello Spaceboy performance was on. Of course, his classic collaboration with Pet Shop Boys, which I've always loved. So, and then this album came out. My dad got this at HMV when it was released. I think he got it on the Friday. I believe he did. I remember that. So that David Bowie, Dad? Yeah, that's David Bowie, sure. And he still listens to this album. This is the very first copy that he had. This is the case to that, and the CD is my old CD version. Well, my CD version, which came with the LP I had for Christmas, because he had to buy a new version of it because Because it broke, because he always plays this. He's been playing it in the car in his van stereo ever since, and I don't blame him from really getting into Bowie. So yeah, and another thing that year, actually I remember that year as well, 2013. I got into Frank Sinatra. I'd gotten more into Frank Sinatra. I'd always liked Frank Sinatra from quite a young age, and I remember I received from my auntie a Frank Sinatra CD, which I can't find. You know, these CDs are getting lost for some reason. Oh well. I don't remember what I did with this CD. I just can't remember. But you know, I'd really gotten into Sinatra and still love Sinatra. So yeah, I used to play that a lot on my old CD stereo. It used to be in this once my room. So yeah, and that year, 2013, for the Christmas talent show in school, I did perform. Oh, what's it called again? It was called. I sang Sinatra's version of "Let It Snow," which I always remember. I always remember doing that. It was for children in need. So yeah. But really, and then sorry. My last kind of music-related memory would be, so after Christmas 2013, so this is around just before the New Year, I went to HMV after Christmas because they have the deals. Though they do the deals regularly now, as we all know. I bought Highlander, which was a film that had the music of Queen. I remember after watching that thinking, wow, I love that music. It stops there for now. Next week will be the conclusion, where we finish off and start, where we finish, when the next part finishes. It's the start of a, let's say, beautiful relationship. Thank you for watching, VC. Bye bye for now.